people have just sent in. I'm not going to say it so the players don't know what's coming. You do knock it unconscious. Sarissa, you've been tripped. And you can see all the combat going on around you, obviously.
Yep,
These horrible
I stand up.
monstrosities. Okay, you provoke from the one right in front of you who stabs
3
down at
hasn't
you.
acted yet.
Oh, yes, you're actually correct.
Very nice.
You moved too quickly for him. You engage him in little spear combat. He tries to stab you back. So, the storm passes for a moment as the ship sails through the eye, and everything becomes visible. The rain falls flat. It's very, very quiet compared to what it was a moment ago. And this creature 5 footsteps to here next to Sifrig, and uses a swift action to use its tangling tentacles. And this one does not provoke. So he attempts to trip you again. Boom! You're on the floor, Sifrig. And he will attempt to stab you with his spear now. That's a 15, that's not going to hit.
Nope.
Well, he's on the floor.
I included the +4 already.
Ah, alright.
So Sifrig gets alley-ooped. Kirill.
Taking a girl to meet your parents. Aren't you skipping a few steps? I say in Aquan. Basically trying to taunt them and say, haha, I know your language.
So, can I CMB to knock Kirill off the ship?
I don't mean anything by it. And choose target. Him.
Yes, that will hit for 3. Anything else?
Nope, that was my move and my standard.
Folks, do you have you have improved unarmed combat, right?
I do.
So this creature sees you doing like weird kung fu moves. It has no idea what you're doing. It charges past you, not realizing that that will provoke. It's just a 6 on the roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks shocked and almost dies of a heart attack as you do that, but it continues its movement and uses its tentacles to try to trip Kirill as a swift action.
Fun.
Oh,
What is with these guys in natural 20s on the triple
boom.
attacks?
Let me tell you, you should have watched Emerald Spire last night. I rolled 2 20s in a row and killed someone's character one rounding. They were like, what? It was awesome. That is an 18 to hit you while you're down.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy kind of like trips you with his tentacle legs, puts them over your face, and then stabs you in the chest.
Ow.
And then he tells to his brother over there, he's like, this one will make an excellent meal for the whale.
Whale? What whale?
Oh, Emerald Spire Group is on the drowned level, floor 5. They did not finish it in 4 hours last night. Novardi, look at this. You have ranged combat available. So what's happening?
I'm
Cast
going
a
to.
spell. They keep expositing, but it's no good. Or they keep trying to exposit, but it keeps going in stops and starts, and I can't get anything out of it.
All right, I'll do my Fiendish Albatross style on this character, this creature here. the one that charged past me.
Very
Just
well.
it's if it has a CR 19 or less, then I get.
Fascinating. You do succeed.
Okay. He's on the ground, correct?
He is touching the deck of the ship, but he is not tripped, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, so he is not tripped. He's okay.
He has tripped Kirill.
Gotcha. All right. I will throw a bomb right here.
Okay. It will connect. And he has to make a reflex versus a splash, right?
Yes. 16 is the reflex.
Excellent. So that's 7 damage. Well, oh, splash is 6. You knock him off the deck into the water where he begins sinking beneath the waves.
Okay. And I will. I'm attempting to move into flank. Just trying to make sure I get my movement right so I'm not provoking.
So, let me double check, because I thought it was a move action to use your Kieran style to study a target. Or am I
It's a
wrong
swift
there?
action.
Okay,
It's a
I guess you do still have a move.
Okay. I'm just going to move right there.
Very well. Fiendish Albatross for the win. Sifrig, you have been tripped. You have tentacles on your face.
My initiative. Okay, I will stand up as a move.
You will provoke an AOO in the process.
Oh, sure. Why not?
24 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
So try to stand up. It does a leg sweep. Doesn't really sweep your leg, but when he pulls the spear back, you get a cut on those big, thick dwarven legs for 3 damage. Right in some place that really hurts, like the Achilles tendon.
All right.
Gonna bring the pain.
And then I will proceed to abuse him for his efforts. Take 10.
So you chop his left arm off, and he puts his right arm over the hole where blood is just spurting out, and he just says, "Alas, poor Yorick, I hardly..." And he falls over unconscious and dies from blood loss.
Hey.
Leave this one alive.
So I'm going to take a wild and crazy step and actually attempt to identify these creatures.
That is wild and crazy. It's a dungeoneering check.
Oh, shit. I should have been trying to do this.
Nope, don't have dungeoneering. I was hoping for nature. Instead, I'll just...
I don't have it.
Why mess with what works?
A 15 will hit for 3 points of damage. And you will knock that one unconscious as well. And as the storm comes back, as the ship skirts the edge of the storm, the rest of them are all knocked off overboard. I need everyone to make a reflex save to keep from going overboard as well.
Yay. Hey. Nice.
Novardi, can you make a climb check?
Sure.
Oh.
So Novardi is just sliding off the deck. He's like, no, 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 no! And at the last minute,
I'll try to grab him.
someone tosses a rope out at him, and he grabs it heroically and uses the force of his momentum to swing around back on deck.
Where
You
he
make an acrobatics check.
right on the other side.
Failing this
Arrow
will not
Flynn.
hurt you, but
Arrow
succeeding
Flynn.
will look badass.
Get a 10.
Yeah.
You
Eh.
land on your feet. It's a little rough. No one's really impressed with it. They're glad to see you back alive on the ship. You guys go back to work because the storm does not abate. And as night begins to set,
Down my Cure Light Wounds extract sometime today.
the storm continues. And when night
But how
sets,
if Navardi died? We could start this whole ghost story about he's in Davy Jones's locker and he comes back and Novardi's people in the night.
oh, nobody is a verb. It's so good. So the storm begins to abate, and there is a sudden jerk and crash in the night, as it has become quite obvious that the man's promise is running aground on a reef.
Shit.
You sleep through
It's
the night
time.
as an emergency bucket brigade keeps the ship afloat, and Captain Plug calls you guys on deck during the morning. Will you attend?
Is it
of
possible
course.
to get healing before the night from Sandara Quinn?
Yes, she will offer you one channel, 6 points. I'm sorry, actually no. You cannot get healing from Sandara Quinn. You look around for her and you don't find her.
Oh, shit.
No.
I tell
We
the
lost
party
her.
I went to go see our favorite Besmaran cleric, and she is missing.
We gotta do something.
We got
Conchubar
her.
approaches you, Novardi, and says, twirling his mustache and setting the feather in his fine head, and he says, "Oh, hello there, good sir. It is I, Conchubar." He's moved his eye patch to the other side.
Good
I
day,
know that you
Conchabar.
have become closer with the woman known as Rosie Cuswald. Was she perhaps in your quarters all night?
No, she was not.
I have not seen her since yesterday.
She's missing too. That
What
makes
do you
two
mean,
for.
two?
Well, I was looking for Sandara, and she
He
was not to
starts
be found.
screaming like across the whole ship. Sandara Quinn is missing as well. Oh no!
So, Rosie, Sandara, have you noticed anything else peculiar?
What of Plug's men? Or rather, Plug's women?
I will invite you to once more attend the captain's meeting on deck. Will you attend? Or will
Yep.
you stay in
Of course.
the hold?
Yes, of
Something.
course.
The game is. The game is something.
Afoot.
A hand.
slithering.
Yeah.
So Captain Plug has on his finest clothes and walks back and forth across the deck, trying to look very heroic and imposing. And it's just not happening. Because he's only, like in his 20s, and he just looks ridiculous with that mullet. And he says, "Alright, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We lost some crew members in the night, and we've been run aground. And more importantly, when the man's promise was hauled into the main decks, the water barrels burst. We haven't enough water to survive for more than a day or two. I'm going to need volunteers to go out and get more water at the local island. I believe we're near Bone Rack Isle. It's just over the way," he points to the southwest. "The isle there is clear, the waters are cool, and you can find great water there. Bring it back, and we'll be on our way." Now, as
I
Ambrose
volunteer.
Croup has told me, the ship will sink unless repairs are made, so I'm going to begin repairs. It's going to take about a day and a half. After that, then, we'll wait for the next high tide and sail off. So whoever's ever on the water's crew better be back in 2 days, or they'll find themselves on the water crew for quite a while. forever. Bone Rack Island is off the normal shipping lanes. You'll nary find a soul who lands here very often. Now, do I have any volunteers?
Sure.
Oh, yep,
Yes.
Yep.
yep, right here.
It's not mere platinum baldness if you're purposely making a mullet.
But, I mean, come on, look at his body. Look at that chest. There is no chest hair.
He shaves, obviously.
Are you saying he's shaving his entire body just to make his mullet look that much stupider?
Well, he does have
Yes.
that, right here. He's rocking the bearded beard.
Just not seeing it.
I like his sword guard, how it's got that skull face of Crodius on there. So good. Alright, so
It's...
the crew, Team Sarissa, volunteers to go on the water crew. And Master Scourge starts laughing. He's like, ha 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 ha! You want to put those weaklings in charge of bringing back water? I will all be dead by the time they get back. Ha!
What about Sifrig?
And so you ask about Sifri, and he starts getting mad for reasons you don't really understand. And then he takes a sword and he slaps it down on a rope, and the jolly boat drops over the side, and he says, "Be on with ya!" And he calls for Contrabar to bring up the water bell. Now this water bell is, like 65 pounds empty, and Contrabar is a gnome, so he's like carrying this thing like, "Oh my goodness, how do I do this?" It weighs twice as much as he does. So he's like watching an ant haul something. And he throws it down into the boat. And he's like, "Good luck, my friend. Make sure to bring back my beloved, should she be alive and on the island. Twirling the mustache."
I don't think she'll be twirling her mustache.
That's not what I said.
We'll be on the lookout for Rosie. You need to be our eyes and ears on the ship, though.
Oh, dear Conchubar, the course of true love must ever flow. Of course we'll bring back Rosie to you.
Yes, thank you. That was very
Yeah, something,
poetic.
something.
As I am a bard, I am going to steal everything you just said and put it in a song. And take credit for it. Yes.
Yep, sounds like everybody else I interact with.
Sounds like a bard to me.
You guys have anything you'd like to do on the ship before you get on your way?
Think so.
Root through the armory, see if there are any bags of holding. Portable holes.
No.
I mean, I'm going to bring my equipment along, everything that I own.
I have one thing. Walk over to Ashram, say, "I just couldn't leave without telling you how I feel," and give him a great big kiss before getting on the boat.
I see. Basham is just like flabbergasted. Exactly how it sounds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he's an alcoholic. And he's filled with STDs.
All of the STDs.
Specifically the red ache. The disease designed by Callistrian Horus specifically to bring maximum pain upon those who do not respect their religion. Okay, I think we're on the right map, right?
So, I've been thinking of ship names for after the mutiny. What do you guys think about the good ship Lollipop?
You know, you've in my opinion, you've earned ship naming rights with your persuasion. So, if it's the Lollipop,
We'll
It's
just
the
have to grin and
lollipop.
bear it.
And then I'll have to ask how many licks does a lollipop take
Nope,
or something.
nope.
No.
How many licks does it take to break through the hull of the good ship Lollipop? Let out!
So if the ship is Lollipop, we'll have to be the Lollipop Guild, right?
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I mean,
I was originally
You
going to
better
go for the
beware
Munchkins
the-
and have everyone wear orange jumpsuits, but I like that.
You better beware the Lollipop Guild.
The Lollipop Guild.
The Lollipop Guild.
Okay, that's enough.
Yes, we're way past enough. So, you get maps of the island before you set out, and Master Scourge points out there's only 2 landing spots suitable for you to bring the jolly boat down on. There's a beach here, and there's a crab fishing beach over here. And those are the only 2 places where you can successfully make landfall. And from there, you're going to have to find some source of fresh water.
What's this?
does my knowledge, will knowledge nature tell me anything about the best spot for fresh water?
Sure.
With crab, okay. Especially knowing about the crab beaches.
So, you can see at the top of the peaks there is a built timber stockade that has a small lodge in the middle of it. It's hard to see anything from the distance, but it looks like there's heads on spikes when you use an eyeglass. There's also a very cultivated field of corn in perfect straight lines right off of that crab beach. Okay, so Books, you would get the idea that with the cultivation happening on the south end, it's probably got better soil and cleaner water than the north end, which is all swampy jungle and marshland.
The
Water there is
cornfields.
a little slow moving.
The cornfields must have the best fresh water. I suggest we head that way.
What of the stockade?
I would suggest we land a little bit up in direction, try to keep out of sight as much as we can until we know what's going on.
Well, I mean, you're approaching by boat. It's going to be awfully hard to hide.
Well,
Crab
yeah.
fishing beach it is.
As high as they are on the cliff, they're going to have good visibility, so. Okay, or on the hill. All right, well, not much we can do about it. Press on.
This was the next morning, correct?
Yep.
So heal 2 HP. I bet if our missing crew members are on the island, they're in that fortress on the hill.
Yep.
Seems like the most likely place. I bet they have their own private spring, too.
Well, if they live here, they've got to have something. We lost Arthur.
Did you?
Oh, it's just video. You can still hear us? Okay, good.
Yep. Do I need to restart the camera?
Yeah, it looks like.
Did that work?
Maybe?
Now,
I'm moving, so if you can't see me moving, then it didn't work.
I'm sure that you all
That's
have.
right.
I'm sure that you all have thought of this, but how would the crew know that if we just had Sarissa create water in this barrel outside of Viewpoint, and we spent the rest of the time exploring the island?
They would have no idea. That's a darn fine plan.
That is genius. Unless, can you taste the difference? Is it like what some people claim for tap water and bottled water, that, oh, tap water?
We'll throw some stuff in it.
I don't know know what you're
Well-
intending to throw in it, but you can certainly splash some salt water in there to make it taste a little.
Salty
4 gallons of water. So,
per casting
kind
as a
of.
cantrip.
Yeah.
You
can
could
drown the
eventually fill it up very soon. You could probably fill it up while you were sailing out to the island.
And then I would have no spells as we go in to rescue our
But
beloved.
it's a cantrip, right? You
It's a
can do it.
cantrip.
Mm,
My,
You can do it
am I
over and
wrong
over
here?
and over
Yeah.
again.
It's a
Cantrips are
cantrip, right?
unlimited.
Did you take create water as a cantrip?
mm-hmm.
Okay, well then, there
It's a-
shouldn't, unless you have some reason to not cast it that you think this should work, unless I'm overlooking something. Do you have some plan in mind?
Are you gonna? Are you just gonna, in the middle of the night, cast create water over and over again and drown everyone on the ship?
I don't think
Well,
that's how drowning
right.
works.
Focus on, finding the crew people first, but priorities.
Well, you can. We can fill up the barrels on our way to the crab
You-
Yeah,
island.
we can fill them up on the way back. It doesn't matter when. Just
and I sit there.
Okay.
Move on.
So, someone needs to profession sailor the boat to your landing area.
sure.
So if we're not gonna fill up the barrels anymore, do we want to take the overland route? Try to
There's
Come
my
from-
profession sailor.
Oh wow.
All right.
come from the North Beach and then make our way down, or do we just want to skip everything and just head right up to the obvious fortress?
It's a good
I
question.
think we should head straight for the fortress.
All right, we'll head straight for the fortress then.
I think we should camouflage the barrel though, and not take it with us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You gonna throw like some sort of ship's cover over it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, whatever foliage is around, or
But you land on an empty crab beach. I guess there's palm trees there, so you could throw some giant palms over it.
Drag it up and set it up under the trees, or carry it and set it up under the trees. Probably more likely.
All right. So, as you are dragging things and getting them set up, something begins rustling around you. Something ominous sounding, with clicking, clacking noises.
Sword.
You guys can set yourselves up in whatever formation you would like, as you hear noises coming from the south.
Whoa. I'm
You
on the
have
world
one
map.
round to prepare yourselves.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Shield extract. Only lasts minutes, but
Everyone's ready then? They've taken
Mhm.
their actions?
Yep.
From out of the sand in front of you, 3 enormous creatures begin to pop up. Supersized crab from every direction begin popping out of the sand and clicking ominously. And they begin shuffling sideways towards you with their enormous pincers out.
I'm just getting killed on the initiative tonight.
Sarissa, you act first.